Yo, what's up, guys? Here's Sean, and welcome to my YouTube channel. So, let's start with a story. Once upon a time, there was a couple deeply in love. They depended on each other, cared for each other, believing that love could overcome any challenges, but in the end, they broke up. This story isn't distant. Actually, it's my own story. It taught me one thing that love alone is never enough. At first, I could say I was someone who didn't know how to keep a relationship. I remember many times when we argued, I would always say, hey, we both needed some time to calm down and cool off and think things through. I used to idealistically believe we could genuinely use that time to think ourselves and that case, but in reality, none of us would do that, and that would just make things worse. I just missed the best opportunity to communicate and to resolve the issues. There's a sentence from Dr. Johansson that really describes me. He says that during tense moments with his partner, his instinct is to scramble out of the potential minefield to safety. That was exactly what I did. I used love as an excuse to avoid uncomfortable conversations. But the true case is problems you avoid don't disappear. They grow quietly in the dark. And that's why I believe now that healthy relationships require open communication and emotional balance, but not just love. So I started to dig into this, and I found that research actually supports this. A study by Sharma and Hassan found a clear positive correlation between communication and relationship satisfaction. In simple words, the more couples communicate, the happier they are. And when we look at our emotional needs, attachment theory explains why many couples struggle. Some people need closeness and reassurance, while others need independence and emotional space. I can remember that my ex and I were one of these mismatched pairs. She needed more emotional connection, but I needed more personal space. I remember we argued about this issue many times. She wanted to be more involved in my life, like joining my social circle and participating in more activities with me. But back then, I always felt that I didn't like that. I thought I should have more time for myself. Now, I may say, neither of us was wrong. We just didn't know how to balance our emotional needs. A study from Frontiers in Psychology shows that when one partner demands connection and the other withdraws, those people end up feeling unsatisfied. This research helped me understand that conflicts aren't just personality, they're about emotional patterns. So, how do we build healthier relationships? Dr. Lestissa offers five practical communication tips. Complain but not blame. Use I statements instead of you statements. Describe the situation without judging. Be polite and appreciative. And don't store things up. These may sound simple, but they can change the entire tone of a conversation. Another lesson I learned is that emotional balance doesn't mean that changing who you are, but it means recognizing your own needs and respecting your partner's needs and use communication to balance this. After the breakup, I realized that many of our conflicts could have been solved not by loving each other more, not by talking to, but by talking to each other better. Love is a feeling, But communication, patience, and emotional awareness, those are skills, and skills can be learned. So if you're in a relationship right now, don't escape the hard conversations. Don't assume love will magically fix things. Talk before it breaks. Thank you.